You know that he's one of the lucky ones. Our entire family is supportive of him and of us. Where our community, our synagogue, his school, everyone is supportive of him. It's actually surprisingly easy to be a parent to a trans kid. The only hard part we have experienced is you all.
Hey everyone, it's David, producer for The Benjamin Dixon Show and Like It or Not. So over the past few years, we've made it a point on this channel to call for and encourage solidarity across communities and groups. Ben has repeatedly stepped out saying we need to defend the LGBTQ community. We need to defend specifically the trans community because they're most under assault. Because once they come for one group, they'll come for another group. Not only that, but the groups are interconnected and overlapping. And today I'm going to show you a video of a rabbi whose son is trans. This video was posted on Twitter by The Recount, and it's a video of Rabbi Daniel Bogard of St. Louis, Missouri. He's a rabbi at Central Reform Congregation. Let's take a listen here where he speaks about his son.
I'm a parent of a 10-year-old trans boy, and I am here because I am fighting desperately to be able to stay in my home and not have to flee this state. Many of you know my son. He's been here over the years. He's been coming for 5 years. You know that he is funny and he is smart and he's a little bit of a pain in the tuchus. You know that he's well-adjusted. You know that he's popular and has an endless number of friends. You know that he's one of the lucky ones. We live in a world where our entire family is supportive of him and of us, where our community, our synagogue, his school, everyone is supportive of him and who he is. His first grade teacher gave him his middle name. But the thing to understand is that it's actually surprisingly easy to be a parent to a trans kid. The hard part, I mean it, the only hard part we have experienced is you all.
Think about what he just said. It's easy to be a parent to a trans kid. The problem is dealing with bigoted local government policies, school boards, city councils, etc.
The only hard part of having a trans kid has been this sense that my government just won't leave us alone, that we have to come back here again and again and fight just for his basic human dignity, just fight so that he can go and poop at school without being bothered. I asked him about this bill. I don't bring him on testimony days because there's too many terrible things about trans people said I don't want him to hear. I asked him about this bill, and what he said to me, because I always encourage him to use the women's restrooms in public because men's restrooms are gross, and he's still 10 years old, right? And what he tells me is, Dad, I don't want to go there because I don't want everyone to know what my private parts look like. And it just has stuck with me how much of this is about feeling like folks have some right to know what children's privates look like.
There's two key things he just brought up. Why do we care about people's genitals? Why do we care what people do in their own lives? Obviously, the concept is that the whole smear, it's an obsession to think that because someone is different, they're going to come for you. In fact, you're coming for them because they're different. The other thing, and I think this is actually more important, is the shame that he hears from his son. His son saying he doesn't want to use public bathrooms because he doesn't want people to know what his genitals look like. He shouldn't be afraid of people looking at his genitals. That just shouldn't be a thing. But it's even more so the shame that he's afraid of judgment and he's afraid of what people are going to think about him. Our culture, our society is making people feel this way. It's raising generations to feel that if they're not normal in the traditional sense, in the binary sense, they should be uncomfortable with themselves and they should feel shame and hide. And honestly, that's disgusting.
If kids are going into the bathroom and seeing each other's genitals there, that's a problem, and that has gone wrong, and that needs to be addressed. I've been going to public restrooms for 40 years, and I have never had that happen, but that's the issue. My kid trying to go to the bathroom in school with dignity is not the issue, but it is bills like this that will drive my family from this state. I mean it. I am desperately fighting to stay. My parents are here. I want my kids to raise another generation in this home that my grandpa built. And I feel like I'm drowning because it happens again and again and again that we have to come here and fight for just the basic dignity of our kids. And so I'm begging you. I don't know how else to say it or what the magic words are. I am begging you just to leave us alone.
Leave us alone. Leave us alone. That can be applied to so many different areas in this country today, especially with the rise of Christian nationalism and how they want their religion protected. They feel like wokeness is coming after their religion. It's not. But then they want to enforce their beliefs and their misinterpretations of the Bible on everyone else, non-believers, believers of different faiths, and people of different lifestyles. Christian nationalists are screaming, leave us alone against wokeness, yet they won't leave anybody else alone. They are going after everybody else that doesn't fit their small, narrow definition of accepted. I started the video speaking about how we've been calling for solidarity on this channel across communities, across cultures. This is a Jewish rabbi who is standing up trying to protect the rights of his trans son. This is an overlapping, an interconnection between the trans community and the Jewish community. Why? Because communities are not mutually exclusive. Trans people are not just trans. Jewish people are not just Jewish. Indigenous people are not just indigenous. Black people are not just black. Asian people are not just Asian. The list goes on and on. All of these different categories that identify individuals, multiple categories apply to each and every one of us. So when they come for the trans community, they're coming for this Jewish family because this Jewish family is going to protect their trans son. And if people are anti-Semitic and come for this Jewish family, they're also coming for the trans community because one of the members of this Jewish family is trans. There's no way to separate them. The sooner that we understand this interconnectivity and realize that no one category is safe, the sooner we can figure out how to more effectively push back against this wave of fascism and authoritarianism that we're being threatened by. Let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll be back with more.